right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and definitely check out my Patreon link down below in the description where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there, and even schedule a phone call with me. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile, where you can save money on your mobile phone plan for as low as $15 a month, but more on that later. And so let's just jump right into it so I can show you what we were taking a look at and seeing, because Tesla inventory is going wild. We can see all inventory except the Model S has had some pretty big increases. So it's almost like Tesla killed production of the Model S maybe a little bit, and they're producing everything and anything else that they can sell. And so certainly we can start from the bottom here. The blue line is the Model S. We've got pink line, the Model 3, which was doing a really good job for Tesla. It was starting to sell, like the interest rate was doing good, inventory discounts was doing great, and inventory was starting to get off of their books or shelves. This purple line is the Model X, also trending down as well. Of course, there's two incentives for both the Model 3 and the Model X, which is that $7,500 full self-driving credit, which then waives like certain options. But Model Y, the surprising point here, Model Y has had a drastic jump upwards, and inventory has skyrocketed above to the highest levels over the past current and past quarter. We can see now inventory for Model Y posted on the wallet website is almost nearing 4,000 vehicles. And so now I'm curious, if we take a look at inventory over the past 3 quarters, we're still not high at the highest levels it's always been ever, but at least we're pretty high compared to at least like maybe the past 2 quarters here. You can see back in the first quarter of the year, like January, February, vehicles were hitting close to 7,000 vehicles as posted on Tesla website. So this is good news. This is good news for people that are looking for a deal. This is great news if you're looking for a Model Y specifically. Model 3, I'm not too confident there's going to be any deals on that. I mean, maybe they bring the deal that we saw a while ago, but let's take a look at some other factors before we get into my prediction of what I think is going to be happening in terms of incentives and deals in the near future in the next couple weeks. And so the first thing is this. So this is one thing that could be affecting what is going to be happening in terms of incentives in the near future. We've got Tesla releasing their delivery, production, and all the different numbers are delivered vehicles in the past for quarter 3. They delivered 462,000 vehicles, 462,890, beating Wall Street expectations. Wall Street expectations was 462K, and production was almost 470,000 vehicles. And taking a look at this some more, of course, this is worldwide, not just US or anything like that, but we can see here that their numbers are pretty much all Model 3 and Model Y. We've got other models, which of course is now the Cybertruck. These deliveries of 23,000 vehicles, that's most likely a bulk of it being the Tesla Cybertruck, Model S and Model X, really just being an afterthought at this moment. But these numbers, they just barely hit above the Wall Street expectations of 462 at 463 essentially. And so that's something to keep in mind. They kind of threw a lot of different incentives, a lot of different things at the different times throughout the end of the quarter to try and push all the different sales. So 1.99, all these different incentives, they were being released. And so I really feel like there's definitely going to be some sort of push, because people, now that they're used to 1.99 or 2.49 or whatever it is, people are not going to just buy at 5%. And so certainly I think they've already opened that or unleashed that realm. And so certainly there's going to be some better interest rates in quarter 4. I mean, just ask yourself this: if it was 1.99 before, are you going to be signing up at 5.29? I don't think so. And so the next date to really take a look at here is the quarter 3 2024 financial results that are coming out, or that they're going to talk about it. And that's going to be later on this month on October 23rd. And so usually during that call, there's a lot of different questions that are asked, like how is profitability going for the vehicles? What about all these different incentives? Are you going to continue them? And things like that. So it really could be an interesting thing to take a look at when we're here. And another thing what's interesting with this is that, Tesla sold 26,128 Model S and Model X Plus model, the Cybertruck. And we can see that a lot of them were being sold was the Tesla Cybertruck. We can see here, if Tesla's making 5,000 Cybertrucks per month, we're looking at only 30K deliveries annualized for the S and X. I'd really like to see some improvements to drive demand on these great vehicles. It's clear that Cybertruck buyers used to be Model S and Model X buyers. And so that makes a lot of sense. A lot of step up, or I guess cross changing between the two vehicles, or the two vehicles going from Model S to Model X, or Model S and Model X going to Cybertruck. And so that makes a lot of sense. But if you take a look at this, it looks like for some reason X has grouped a lot of these posts directly with me, and they said that Tesla Q3 deliveries miss estimates. So maybe there was a lot of different things that were actually being reported that Tesla missed estimates on their actual deliveries here. But certainly maybe some publications, some estimates, analysts actually didn't or estimated too much or estimated higher, and Tesla was not able to get into here. And here's another interesting post from Car Dealership Guy posting that 0% financing makes up only 3% of new car purchases. The average APR for new car loan rates stayed above 7%. So even at 5.29% for financing a Tesla, it's still a decent deal compared to everything else, the average rates across all models. But of course, now that we've seen 1.99, we definitely want 1.99, 2.99. And here's my prediction. So I certainly feel like there's going to be a free supercharging offer that's coming out back in Q4, whether it's 3 to 6 months, 10,000, 15,000 miles, it's definitely going to be coming back. Financing though, I used to think it was going to be grouped up as one lump thing. Everything is going to be 1.99, but now I think it is going to be a little different. So I think Model Y is going to be their vehicle that they're going to push as hard as possible. So I think Model Y will have 0.99 to 1.99 in terms of a financing offer. Maybe even, dare I say, we hit 0%. That would be very interesting and will really clear out all vehicles, because now they've got a couple things they need to hedge off, right? Like certainly the new Model Y Juniper is coming out. People know it's coming out in the next year, or people think it's coming out. And so they've got to get and clear all of this different inventory. And one great way to do that would just be offer like 0 to 1.99%. The next one is Model 3, 1.99 to 2.99. I think they could stay there pretty comfortably and not have any issues selling any of the inventory. Maybe we see some pricing discounts. Maybe the Model 3 performance goes down $2,000, but really, I don't really see anything else than that. Oh, I see what I did here. Current, I put it on the wrong side. Q4 prediction. And then I would say right now for the Model S and Model X, maybe like 1.99 to 2.99. I would say more than likely like a 3.99% offer. But it does feel like Tesla is not necessarily focused on the Model S and Model X is kind of an afterthought. So maybe they just leave it at 5.29 and just call it a day, because it really doesn't make any sort of sense for them to incentivize it more. Maybe the Model X gets some sort of promotional incentive, but Model S being at the low inventory it is, maybe it doesn't make too much sense. I'm still holding out what I'm thinking for lease payments to go $50 or $100 a month lower. And then of course, inventory discounts. We saw a bunch of them anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 off. I think we're going to go a little bit higher to maybe $4,000 to $8,000 off in a Q4 for inventory discounts. And of course, those are the vehicles that you find in inventory that you can stack with a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. So you can get an extra $1,000 off. If you want to see how that looks like, click that link down below in the description. And I would recommend locking this in, because Tesla does like changing their offer a lot. And so I do expect them to nerf this $1,000 discount, and it will change in the near future. So if you want to lock it in, go ahead and use that referral code, just like the one down below in the description. And thank you to everybody that's used our referral code in the past and in the future. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you're thinking.